They took us out to excavated cities, into the mountains, into tombs. They allowed us to go into them. But getting back to the mountain, to the people, when we give the presentation there, we mentioned these songs that we went over there with. The language was most important. Woda kota, the kotia wagadaka, chiishtna. Learn to speak your language just a little bit, your God-given tongue. Find out what that is in your ancestry. There's a God-given tongue, and that's the one that you pray with. That's why when we get up here and we use our names, that is a spirit language. That's how we communicate through the spirit realms to and fro, and we also receive. For those of you who meditate, that's when you receive, because you open yourself up, you empty your mind, you receive. But when you're praying, that's when you're actually sending question, information that you need, you're making requests, you're asking for it. Meditation is to receive it. And so it's good to meditate and get all this information. Then what do you do with it? You have to process it. And the best way to process it is go to nature. Go to nature, pray, learn your ancestral teachings. Everybody has one. We're finding out, like Arel to Mazatsin said, it doesn't matter about color and gender and color of hair, anything. Spirits don't see that from where they're at. All they see is the light within you. That's all. So concentrate on the light and the spirit and the gifts that you have within you, what you need. He talked about potential. Your potential is what you want to get back. Talk about growing your hair. Your spiritual memory. How much of your spiritual memory do you need to get back? That is your potential. And so they also talked about Hambrecha. My brother was up here, and he said Hambrecha, to cry for the vision. And that is one of our 7 sacred rites with our chanupa, our sacred pipe from the White Buffalo Calf woman, that told us and taught us that we must go to the mountaintop to stand up there and pray through your hair, through your DNA, to regain your spiritual memory, to remember why you came here. For those of you who are asked and who have been asked, what is your purpose for being here? Go up there once. Try it for one day, one night. Go to the mountain, go out to nature. Set up an altar for yourself for the 4 directions. Find a sponsor, somebody who knows how to help you with that. Don't do it by yourself, because you might be calling something that you don't want to experience. There's certain kinds of songs. There's protection songs, there's calling songs, there's guidance songs, there's consultation songs, there's doctoring songs, there's honor songs, there's giving of names songs. In that language, that particular language, in our language, we have thousands of songs for everything. We've been called a singing nation, and we have all of those songs intact. And the ones that we didn't have, that were forgotten about, or 2 generations back, when we were going through war and they killed so many of our relatives, that information went with them. And so the generations that followed, we were, okay, where's the song for this? There was something missing. So the way we got it, we went on a hill. We prepared a man, a woman, a person to go retrieve it. Like my brother said, there was 12 of us. We stood together to send somebody to the hill, to the mountaintop, to pray and to retrieve that information. We got it back. So now all of our ceremonies are 100% intact. As a result of those experiences of putting yourself out there to do the work, you must be sincere in here, not up here, in here. This is where the work begins, right here. Not up here. It's all in here. And once you follow that, you'll be guided to the ones that you need to talk to, the ones that you need to get information from, to guide you to do to the certain places, or the right places for you. It's not, what's for me is not the same as for you, or for you, or for you. Everybody has their own path, their own journey. And so I can tell you what I learned, I can tell you what I have, but it's still up to you to do the work. So when we go out and we talk to other cultures of the world, you know, to help them, you know, we met with the president, his cabinet. We met with the archaeological president who helped excavate a lot of those sacred sites out there. We walked into those kivas. He let us crawl into them tombs where there were giants in there. Those tombs are about from here to that wall. That's how tall they were. Some of them were a little bit shorter. They were probably children. They're only about 11, 12 feet tall. But there was 4 of them in a row, and then we went to the mountaintop. They took us way up there to the latest one that they found, and it was about this long, about 25 feet tall. So we went to go see where these giants had their tombs. We went in there and we got to look around, and after my wife and I, we came out, we were in there looking at the trying to look at markings on the wall, and all made out of stone on top of the ground. And when we came out, that the president was there with his staff, all in their suits and stuff, and he came up to me with a handful of tobacco, and he said, through our interpreter, he said, "Can you pray for us so that we can learn about what this tomb is all about?" That tomb was about 4,000 years old, and they had no idea. All the information wasn't there. So I said, okay, let's circle up your whole staff, everybody right here. So right in front of that entrance to that tomb. And we prayed. I sang a song. We prayed. I gave them all tobacco. And in our culture, when somebody offers you tobacco, even just for sharing of information, what it is the greatest honor you can ever give to another person's soul, to his mind, to his heart, even for his physical health. Because when a person gives and gives and gives, you're giving light energy away, and eventually your light is going to get dim, and physically your body will get sick. And so when those of you who understand that, please, use tobacco if you have a spiritual question, or if you need spiritual information. We want to emphasize that, and also when you go to nature and you want to spend time in nature, also take tobacco. It can be a cigarette. If you just got a cigarette, when you take it out, you pray it, you break it in about 4 to 6 different places. Each one will represent a direction, and each one represents the aspect of your nature, your spirit, your heart, your body, and your mind. And so if you want to learn and be holistic, try to do that. Remember who you are. You're not just a physical body or just a mind or heart, you're also spirit. And so remember that when you go out, tobacco. And so anyway, these men in Sardinia, when they presented me with that tobacco, we went out, my wife and I, and we stood and I talked and I prayed and sang. So what do you want to learn? What do you want to know about this? Think in your own mind, feel it, have passion. What is your passion? All the scientists that were there, what do you want to know? And you will get it, because I'm going to call in the powers that be to listen to your heart. They're not going to listen to your mind, they're going to listen to your heart. They're going to look at the light within you, and where is the potential, where is the help that needs to come to you. And so we did that. And the next morning, we were on the front page of that whole national newspaper that showed us praying.
For more information on the next Star Knowledge Conference, call Alan at 818-661-7437 or go to StarKnowledgeConference.com.